What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 9th day of August, and here we are. It's a brand new day, sitting at about 19 hours and 50 minutes left in this day. $3.28, 28.8 cents is the price. We had a very nice day 2 days ago, moving up 11%. Yesterday was a bit of a spinning top, a bit of a neutral day to a bearish effect, even closing down 1%. It is the weekend. It is Saturday. Tomorrow, Sunday. I have a very strong belief that we do move down over the weekend, setting us up for some lower prices and potentially finding a support area going into the next week, right? From a low to a high here, if we were to go lower, the expectation would be that we go down to about the 382, which is down there at about $3.11. Perhaps we go as low as 291 to 296, something in this golden retracement area, but I'm not so keen on that belief yet. I don't think we're going to get below $3, but if we do get below $3, you best believe it'll be just below it, just enough to mess with people psychologically. Oh no, we broke through $3. This means XRP is going to zero, but no, that's not what it means. It's just a good area to find support right at the golden ratio there, 296 to 291. But I really do believe that we'll find support somewhere around $3.10, most likely. That's my expectation at the moment. If we're looking at this on a daily basis, the RSI bouncing off of this area of support, right? 1, 2, 3 lows in a row, and we've actually got higher lows as well dating back here, right? We've got some kind of like a higher low trend, maybe not completely a trend because this is a lower low, but maybe dating back here. And finding support in this area nonetheless, whether it's just above the oversold zone or just below the oversold zone. I think this is a good signal in itself, and typically it does lead us to getting overbought. So maybe we find a little hiccup here, we come down, find support at the 50 or at a higher level, and then we continue to rally into the overbought zone sometime next week. That's the expectation, okay? Looking at this here, if we take a relative high to a relative low, come on, nope, that we were close to the high, but we were not quite there. High to low, you're at the golden ratio. It's very common when finding the golden ratio on your first attempt that you find resistance here and you come back down to the 0.5382 area. That is at about $3.05 to $3.16. So amplifying the idea that we probably don't go below $3, but get somewhere near there nonetheless. I mean, we're near there now, being at 330, right? But a little bit lower nonetheless. That's kind of my expectation. If we're looking at this here on the stochastics, you are overbought, which is a nice signal. Oh, the MACD. The MACD looks like it wants to cross. You could get, a rejection here wouldn't necessarily be ideal, would it? Maybe if you just move down a little bit, if you have a somewhat neutral weekend, what you could do, okay, so what you'll probably do then is you'll wick down to these areas. You won't close at these areas. You'll come back up and close around here. So the time spent in those zones that you'll find support at, the fib retracement zones. Did I click back? Let's just see. High to low. The way that I'm making sense out of this in my head is I think that you'll spend time between $3.05 to $3.16 for a very brief window, today or tomorrow, or maybe both, but in the form of a wick. You'll reach down there and then come back up fast. Reach down there, come back up fast. Something like that. You'll probably close the day closer to 3:30, but still reaching down in this area. If not, if you're closing lower and you're getting some separation on the MACD here, that would actually potentially set you up for a lower low, right? Because you're building, that would be a very bearish thing. You're messing with fire at that rate. And then your stochastics would get out of the overbought zone. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that happen. So wicks to the downside. That's what we're looking for. Anytime that you come down below this area here of $3.20, expect that any price below this price area is going to be very short-lived, okay? Not a long-lived endeavor at all. Looking at this on a 1 hour time frame, at least that's what I'm getting from it. 1 hour time frame, the 1 hour RSI. I would say it's bearishly postured, yeah. So that would agree with the idea that we move down. Higher lows here, higher highs there. You've broken out of that trend. You probably reset and go to the oversold area, bounce off of that zone as you did before. You might even get oversold. 1 hour time frame coming down here. It won't promote anything too extreme to the downside, but it should promote some downside price action nonetheless. That's my expectation at the moment. A little bit of a bull flag. I don't know. Maybe you could move up. Am I missing something? Stochastics look kind of bullish. The MACD doesn't really look bullish, but it's not bearish either, right? I don't know. I could be missing something. Let's see. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. I don't think I am, man. I mean, the RSI on the 4-hour looks kind of bullish, actually. Higher lows here. Whoop, like that. It's a nice trajectory. You're right at the area you'd expect to bounce. And the stochastics are still overbought. The MACD is still green. I just wouldn't expect, if I'm wrong, let's say, it's not that I wouldn't expect that I'm wrong. Let's just say if I am wrong, then consolidate this area slowly and shift up, right? I don't think that you're, if I am wrong and you don't go down to the 0.5382 area, then you should at least meander in this zone over the next couple days, or at least day, right? I don't think that you're about to rip to the upside. And if you do rip to the upside, I would anticipate you pull back to this area still. So even if I'm wrong in the truest sense of the word and we move up, we do the exact opposite of what I'm expecting, I would very much expect that we pull back down here. We don't just rip to the upside. XRP does defy gravity at times, my friends, but I would still expect that, first interaction from this low to where we are here to this high, I would expect that we find turbulence at the golden ratio. We come back down to this area before moving higher, and the only way to absolve yourself of doing this kind of price action would be if you meander in the golden ratio still, and that takes time. So consolidate here at 327 to 334, or move down to 316 to 305, and then going into next week you should be moving up higher. How much higher? Nobody knows, man. It could be a colossal amount higher, or it could be just negligible amounts, but I think that it will be a pretty sizable amount personally. I think that you're in a period where you are about to be in go mode, full freaking blast mode, like you were back here. I don't necessarily expect the move will be this fast, right? Right back here, this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. I mean, maybe it will be this fast. I mean, 5 weeks from now, if not 7 weeks from now, something like that. Let's just see. 7 weeks would be the end of September. So I would say 5 to 7 weeks. I would anticipate that we are all the way up here. So maybe you are in full go mode. That doesn't mean that has to happen this week though, right? That just like this week, damn, I really hate these buttons. Why do they exist? Trading view? What's the purpose? I get it. You can swipe left, you can swipe right, you can zoom in, you can zoom out. I can do that so much faster with this. I can move so much faster with this. Those buttons suck, man. They're terrible. They're absolutely terrible and pointless. Maybe a little move up this week, and then big moves coming next week is all I'm trying to say, and the week after. I think that between now and the end of August, between now and going into September, we should be at $11 to $16.37, something in that zone there. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, please. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.